Okay, so let's step back for a second in your lifetime where you had your own yoga studio, a brick and mortar studio, and all of the things that you did, because I know your story a little bit, but I know that you did this when others could not. I know that you had success in this business. What do you think made a difference for you to have success versus what other people were doing?
Good question. Well, one of the things that I was up against was I live in a really small town, and there had been three yoga studios before me. They had been kind of like boutique studios, small studios, and they didn't make it. And so I kind of knew that I kind of had that story, but I didn't let that interfere with what I wanted to do. And I started really small. So one of the things that was really instrumental is I found a space. I offered all the classes. I did all the things. And I started really small and then just gradually grew. And I worked so hard to not let the stories of the previous studios impact me at all, and to just really just carve my own path and to really focus on, I mean, I had to ask myself again and again and again, what does this studio mean to me? Like, what is it that I want to create? What matters? Like, what do I really care about with teaching and with community? And what do I want to do? What really matters to me? And the more I focused on that, on where it is that I want to serve, the clearer the path became and the stronger I felt in myself. And it was really like, I really had to just continue to focus on that. And then the other part was I grew every year, and in income, in client base, and even the amount of rooms that we had for our studio. But that success came after failing a bunch of times. Like, I would try all different things. I would try different ways of marketing stuff. I would try different ways of talking about things. I would try hire some teachers, and it didn't work out. And I just failed over and over and over again. And at that time, I was working with a coach who was really like asking for that, like saying like, you need to fail a lot to succeed. And so that was super, super helpful with just like, it's okay to fail. And in fact, like, you have to fail to succeed. And I had so many failures. And I think that, on the outside, my business and other people's businesses can look like they just happened overnight, or like, oh my God, they were so successful. How did they do that? But there were so many times where I didn't know what I was doing, or I tried something and it didn't work out, or like something happened where there was just a big fail. But then I learned, I improved and grew from there. So that has been a huge part of it, is just going in, just doing it and allowing myself to fail, and then picking myself back up and keep going.
What do you advise people to start with? Is
Yeah.
it one thing? Do you like them to do two or three things? What do you think is the best approach?
Well, I think that the first place I often start with is just really determining your why. Like, why do you want to make this happen? Really understanding, is it because you're wanting more time for yourself? You're wanting more energy? You want to move your body more? You want to like work through some feelings, and you want to journal through that, like what your why is. And for a lot of people, it's just simply like, I just need space. Like, I just need space. And that why is totally enough. But just knowing why you're going into it, like why you're going to make this space. And then just thinking about, there's no wrong thing to do in the morning. There's no like specific thing that you need to do. It just needs to matter to you, and it needs to be something that's going to keep you in an intentional space, meaning that you are not consuming information or news or anything like that, but you're in a space of being with yourself. So you could choose to do yoga or meditation, or take a walk, or journal, or just simply sip tea and look out the window at the birds. Like, just something that is a container for yourself, and asking yourself, so you know what your why is, and then just asking yourself, like, what am I craving? Like, what would feel amazing to do right now? And maybe that's even like dancing in the morning. So like, what would feel really, really good? And then the next place to start is, for one, you're just going to give yourself permission to do like 10 minutes in the morning. You don't need to do something huge and long. And then the next thing is to start the night before. So really the key to starting your morning practice is to get everything ready the night before. And this is where I spend a lot of time with people on is like the way you're going to make your morning routine happen is if you prepare everything in the night before, because if you don't have anything prepared, like you don't know what you're going to do, where you're going to do it, or you don't know where your supplies are, then those are all decisions you have to make in the morning. And when you have so many decisions like that, for one, you're probably going to get to overwhelm because you don't know where things are, or you don't know what video you're going to pick on YouTube or whatever, or you're going to reach decision fatigue where you're just over it. You're just over it. And you're just like, I don't know. I don't want to do this anymore. I'll just do it tomorrow. And you put it off. But if you make all the decisions the night before, then all you have to do is wake up and go do the thing. And that makes it so much easier. And I also just want to emphasize again, it can be 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes is enough. 5 minutes is enough. Just getting yourself to your mat or to your journal or on your walk, you just get there. And however much time you can spend there is going to be beneficial.
That is really great advice, because most people, especially if you're getting up earlier in the morning, they might just, hit the snooze button and roll back over into bed. If you don't think about, I always used to, when I would go to the gym in the morning, I'd have everything ready because I knew if I didn't have everything ready, I would not work out. So I would just, roll over and go back to sleep because it's, it's so early. So I can see where this would be a really great best practice to prepare for this. And if you really care about it, you really want to do it, preparing the night before is just a part of the process to get ready for it.
And to bring it back to the failure thing, like let yourself fail in the process. Like if you sleep through one night or one morning, like big deal, just try again the next day. If you have 5 minutes instead of the 10 minutes that you had planned on, no big deal. Like you just keep it rolling, keep it going. Just don't give up.
Yeah.